guys, it's your favorite backyard geographer. I was on the garage, going through my junk, and I thought of you. You know, being a Disney cast member is truly something magical, and when I applied to work for the company decades ago, I remember receiving my original denim costume, learning where and where not to park so you don't get towed at the mall. But what was really important for me was the day that I received my official Disney name badge. Join me on an adventure as I share with you the history and my personal journey with my Disney name tags. The iconic first name tags have been used by the Walt Disney Company for decades. In fact, going back to Walt himself, who felt it was really important for all cast to be identified on a first name basis. In fact, this was a replica that was sold as a cast exclusive of the original Disneyland park name tag. Now, the Disney Store name badges, that history begins at the opening of 1987. I don't have one of those, but I do have the one that was released 2 years later in 1989, and that would be this tag here. Now, what's interesting is that the evolution of the Disney Store tag, as you can see to my left, is that depending on the event, it was either a single bubble or a double bubble, which is kind of fun to say. So let's talk a little bit about my history with the Disney Store name tags. So I've separated my name tags, or the badge of honor, in two different little areas here. These are my original name tags, and these would have been done for special events, special prizes, or contests that the Disney stores would have held. So I'm going to actually speak to this one first. So these are a collection of my name tags. This is my actual first Disney Store name tag that I earned in 2002 at the Disney Store in Valencia, California. In fact, you can see, and I'll talk more about this in a moment, with the double bubble you have a spot to put your service pin. So this is my 1-year service pin that I earned there. Well, as I progressed through my time, I then worked at Disney Studios, in which this would have been the studio name tag with the Mickey, which is leading the way. And the location that I worked was the Walt Disney Studio Store, which was actually originally a Disney store, and then during the Hoop time, in which Disney stores transferred, it became a Parks and Resorts store, and it was actually owned and operated by Walt Disney World. So I was technically a Walt Disney World employee here in California. So that's why our name tag said Walt Disney World. Notice down here on the bottom, you would put the place that you were from, and that was designed as a conversation starter, which is pretty cool. We would see something like this a little bit later within Disney stores. Then the store was taken over by Disneyland, and you can see that I have Baldwin Park labeled there. So that's actually where I was born, and I grew up most of my life. As you can see, I reached 5 years with them. This is the Pluto pin, which was given for the 5 years. And then when that store transitioned back into a Disney store, you can see a completely different design, double bubble. Here we have the Imagination Park tree. You have a little Tinkerbell on the bottom. And for Disney stores, what they did, which I thought was really clever as a conversation piece, is you got to pick your favorite character. So I picked Archimedes, which is the owl from Sword in the Stone, and then I also picked Ludwig von Drake, who is an Austrian Professor Duck, a little crazy, but I guess so am I. And then down here, this would have been for the anniversary. This was an exclusive name tag given out to cast for the 30th anniversary, and I got to pick Ranger Audubon, because I'm also a naturalist, and I like dealing with, nature and the environment, and I love that song, get a piece of trash, put it in the bag, bump, bump. Everyone's doing the Humphrey Hop. So these are my Disney Store tags. So these name tags in particular, these again were from special events or contests. So I'd like to kind of speak about those for a moment, because these are a little more unique than your standard Disney Store badge of honor. So like this top one here, this was given to cast members who worked at the 2019 D23 event, which is a massive convention of Disney enthusiasts and fans, and they get to come together and experience the Disney culture. I also was able to participate in the Uptown Disney program at that D23 convention. You can also see some of these that say Light Up the Season. So at the studios we have our annual Light Up the Season, where we welcome all holidays during the Christmas time, where we light up this massive Christmas tree, and it snows, and it's just a huge celebration of culture. And we get to wear these during that time of year, and they're really unique and special just for us. They're made just for us, which is really an honor. Other ones that are on here, I'm going to go out of order. We also have a Halloween event, an annual Halloween and costume event, and we were given some, this was from 2017, this was from 2018, and we participated also in those Halloween events, which were pretty cool. I love this one because it's got the little Donald as a devil. In the middle here, these are contest ones. So Disney stores will often have contests or events in which cast members and teams, they participate, and sometimes the prize might be a unique or special badge. So like this top one here was a Pixar event. Then we got to pick our favorite character. I picked Heimlich. Notice that the double bubble, instead of having your pin for your service years, we got a little Pixar ball. Down here for Avengers, I got to pick my favorite character again, which is Rocket Raccoon. Love those trash pandas. And again, you get the Avengers logo. And then down here on the bottom, this is the summer celebration from 2019, and it was just another fun event. And and I don't know, I guess these are amazing tags, and that's my history, and that's that's just part of your pride with the company to wear that. But these are something a little different, a little special, and maybe something you haven't seen before. So I'm really excited to be able to share these with you. So obviously the name tags and name badges are really an exciting and important part of Disney culture in my personal history. But something that was really exciting for me as well when I got hired in the early 2000s at the Disney Store is after you make it to your 3rd month of working for Disney stores, you were gifted a cast member exclusive watch that has, as you can see, the Fab 5, and it says the Disney Store. So this was my watch. It was given to me back in 2002. What's really interesting about the watch, I'm going to take it off the stand, is you'll notice on the back, it's old, on the back it says designed exclusively for cast members of the Disney Store. Now this was my watch, but there's actually a watch that was given out before this one. And that's this watch right here. And I love this watch. This one's not mine. I was able to acquire this from a friend. But I love this watch because look at the design. I mean, that is, if that doesn't scream 1987, then I just don't know what does. It kind of reminds me of that special music video that was done with Elton John and Minnie Mouse. But anyway, I love that it's got the clapboard Mickey. I love the colors of the pink and the blue. And then on the back of this watch, it just says Japan movement made in China, which is kind of funny that it says all that back there. But again, just being able to earn something like this that you got to wear at work every day along with your badge of honor was just something really exclusive and really exciting to have. So I saved the best for last. So in this little frame here, what I want to share with you is my Disney Store badge of honor. But if you notice, not only does it have my 10-year pin attached, it also has something very unique: the ambassador logo on the bottom of the bottom of that double bubble. So Disney Stores has a program, and it's called the Ambassador Program, where it's supposed to be designed for the best of the best for the retail experience. A corridor of communication between the cast on the front line to management at home base. And so I applied for that program, and I was given that opportunity and privilege to be one of the very limited amount of ambassadors across the United States. So in that, you get to wear that little decal on the bottom of your badge. And what was always funny is that people would say, "Oh my gosh, what does that mean? It's so shiny and exciting." And I would always say, it actually means that I get free avocado at the commissary. And I said that so many times, it actually worked, and I got free avocado. So what I have in here that I wanted to share are some additional service pins. So with the Walt Disney Company, when you earn milestones, you get a little pin that goes on your badge. So obviously, you have your 1 year, which is Steamboat Mickey. For 5 year, it was Donald, and then it just transitioned recently into a Pluto pin. And then you have 10 years as the castle, and then 20 years is Mickey, the Ta-Da Mickey. And what's exciting about these is that it's that milestone, it's that honor that you get to wear within your badge, saying that I've been with the company for these many years. You also, at tenure, receive your official Walt Disney Company plaque commemorating your 10 years of service with the company. And at 15 and 20 and so on and so forth, you also can earn trophies. So this is, again, something very special to and for me, because it's part of my history. So what I would like to share last with you is something that I think is really fun. So this is an official Disney Store box. It's called the Rewards and Recognition, and these were given out. So there's so many different programs and events that the Disney Store has done. one of my favorite that I did not get to participate in was the Dalmatians, where you, based on guest service, you would earn little bones that would clip onto your Dalmatian pin that you would wear on your name badge. But what I have in here are some of the things that were important to me and some other interesting pieces. So I'll start at the top. I have, again, some service pins. I've got the 1, the 5, 2 5s. I've got a Donald and a Pluto and the castle. I also have the teamwork pin, which you might have noticed as being on one of my name badges. The teamwork pin was essentially the cast member of the quarter, and I have a really funny story about that. So I won the teamwork pin, and I was so excited. It was my first year working with Disney Store. I was so proud of myself, and I don't know what happened, but the district manager nominated me for the next quarter. So I won it 2 quarters in a row, which everyone was kind of jealous about because that's not supposed to happen that way. So that's why I have 2 teamwork little pins there. You also have this red and gold and black Disney Store pin. That was part of the Traditions program, which was essentially your training. You would earn one of those. This is the one that was done in the 2000s. In the 90s, it's the one that's over here that has the 5 stars on it, representing the Fab 5. I have my ambassador pin here. Here's an original teamwork pin. As you can see, it's quite larger, very faded and colored. And then down here in the bottom, these were the language pins. So if you were bilingual, you could apply to receive a language pin that you would put on the bottom of your double bubble Disney Store badge. Well, I hope that this brought back memories for some of you. I hope that now this might explain when you go into the parks or into a Disney store and you see some of these things, now you know what they mean. Again, maybe you've seen some of this, maybe you've learned something, maybe you enjoyed it, or maybe now I've inspired you to work for the Disney Store to get one of these. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and we'll talk soon. Casting, even, no. I was trying to think of a list, not list. Hold on. I need to get some iced tea.
You're one.
How am I going to do that? Sorry, Nikki. This is going to be rough. Oh, I forgot to. Sorry. Start again.